Alrighty, guys. I think we're live, aren't we? I think we are. Yes, we are live. Still a huge delay, but that's okay. Just going to get started in 1 minute, guys. I'm going to get started in 1 minute. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Do a little update for you guys today. Come on down. I'll just do a little update for you guys across the markets of what's actually going on right now. So we'll be getting started in just a minute, but I want to just give you guys, again, just a nice little update of what's happening across the markets. Help you guys. Some things that I'm focusing on, some things that I'm seeing right now that are really important, and we'll just see what's going on within these markets. Again, just a nice little update today. If you haven't done so yet, guys, make sure you go to that johnsfreegift.com, grab that free trading course. Well, there should be that link in the description there. It's just free, guys. Free, literally. The very first video you get is actually my trading strategy. I teach you my trading strategy for free. So if you're looking for a good trading strategy, then that very first video in that course is actually my trading strategy. I just give it to you for free. I teach you. Alrighty, guys. So let's actually get into this live stream today. It is still really, really slow. I'm still getting a massive lag. So, but that's okay. Let's actually get into the update today, and let's actually see what's going on across the markets. So let's actually start off with the good old stocky markets, the good old stock market, Dow Jones and stuff like that. Let's actually start off with the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones today, guys, it really hasn't it really hasn't done much. Like again, pretty much nothing day today across the markets. We are getting some sort of a trend line coming down through here on the Dow Jones. So we're really like in no man's land, aren't we? We've got that sort of trend line coming up through there as well. Let's actually take off the moving average. So we're really in no man's land right now. What's actually what we're looking at here. So one thing I'm focusing on here is, again, a bit of a triangle pattern that's forming right now. We've got that 1 point through there and another point through there. Really interesting. We do have a little bit of support level going on through here as well too. So somewhere through there, I would say. But we're sort of just no man's land right now on the Dow Jones. Which way is it going to break? Is it going to break up, or is it going to break down from here? We're not really too sure, but we are definitely getting a lot more stronger sort of bullish scenarios happening out of this market now. And what I mean by that is we're getting like this sort of an overall sort of like V bottom situation that's happening through here. So down and then back up again. Again, V bottom situation that's actually happening right now on the Dow Jones. We can see here looking at the S&P 500 that, again, this is no longer a head and shoulder formation, guys. So we used to actually have a head and shoulder formation in there, but we no longer have the head and shoulder formation happening right now in the stock market, because this was, you can see here, we potentially did have this sort of left shoulder here, this right shoulder up here, and then also then we have this sort of potential right shoulder here. We no longer have that right shoulder now. Looking at the S&P 500. So the right shoulder here is more like a double top in the markets here. So really interesting times, guys. It's like where is this market going to go through here? Looking at this level through here, guys, again, it's just like we're sort of in, if we have a look at it really, we have a look at from that point there, and then we also have this level through here as well too, right? That point through there and that point through there. As you can see, That's what we are. That's what we're seeing right now in the markets, right? We're seeing these two levels happening. These two levels going on right now in here as well too. Resistance, support, and then resistance as well. So we're really like in a bit of a channel now, right? We're channeling the boom, 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 boom. So I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, to possibly see like a bit of a pullback off here. I know a lot of people are starting to go long here in the markets. It's like, I'm going to go long now because the market's going to keep going up. Again, guys, it's not a really good idea to get into a market when there's already been going up for quite some time. So that big picture, that sort of big picture analysis through there, you can see here that we've got this sort of major trend line coming through here on the S&P 500. So we can see like a bit of a support level through there, a bit of a support level through there as well too. And we can see that, again, we're sort of right at that resistance level there. Let's go have a look at the Nasdaq now. And the Nasdaq, once again, Nasdaq is actually at a bit of a double top formation through here. We could be getting actually a bit of a break on the Nasdaq because the Nasdaq's been going sideways through here. So we go through that sideways movement on the Nasdaq. If we start to go down to, say, the hourly charts, we can see we're getting like an overall sideways movement. We're getting an overall sideways movement from here, all right? And so what's happening now is that I wouldn't be too surprised. That's the hourly chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So what I'm looking at here, guys, is this. I'm noticing that we're getting this overall sideways movement through here. And so if we do hold through here, okay, if we do hold through here, and then we start to get like a really strong breakout bar, possibly even on the 5-minute chart, I would say. Not so much the 5-minute chart. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart because you'll bet. So what I'm looking at here, guys, is this. We're getting this sort of compressing up movement from here on that sort of hourly chart / 15-minute chart from there. If we do end up getting a good strong breakout bar, right, we end up getting something like this, like a real good strong breakout bar from there. That would tell me then that if I go back to that hourly chart, actually that's that next level of resistance up through there on that hourly chart. So there's a real high probability, guys, at least on a short-term level analysis, that you can see that's that resistance level there. The next resistance is around that sort of 12,600 level. That's that hourly chart. So this is the big picture here, what I call big picture analysis. Okay, so this big picture analysis here, guys, and in that free trading course, I think there's like 2 or 3 videos I walk through when it comes to the chart reading techniques and stuff like that. johnsfreegift.com, or that first link in the description there. Again, it's free, guys. But if I look at the 15-minute chart, if we do get a breakaway bar like that happening on this here, something like that, I would say, then that's probably going to be the start of the move to that move there. So we actually could be get on the Nasdaq. If we get that, because we're actually in an upward trend right now on the Nasdaq as well, on this Nasdaq chart. And what I mean by upward trend is that we've actually been getting this low here, as you can see, low, then this higher low, and now another higher low. We've got a high here and a higher high down. So the Nasdaq could be getting ready to pop to the upside real soon. And if that happens on an intraday basis, then the Nasdaq could see probably a good strong 2 to 3% move back to the upside from that level there. I'm not getting that from the S&P 500. If I go back to the S&P 500 here, so that's the S&P 500. Let's go to the hourly chart here. That's that next level. Okay, so that's that next level resistance on that S&P 500 chart. Yeah, we're just not getting that good. And there's that overall sideways movement from there. Yeah, it's just not as nice, but the Nasdaq is much nicer for me when looking at this level here. So we got something like that, guys. Again, that's a real good indication. That's a good breakaway bar that we're possibly going to start to see quite a nice move back to the upside from that level there from this Nasdaq chart here. So really interesting on an intraday basis there. That's what's happening there, guys. If we go back to the daily chart once again, that doesn't look too much now because it's a daily chart. But if you intraday traders, there could be something happening there. Again, you want to wait for the breakout first, guys, because when we get a breakaway bar, this here could fail and then go straight down. And we wait for a good breakaway bar, like something like this. All right, let's just make it green, make it thick. Right, we want to wait for something like that first, because then it gives us a high probability of then actually giving us that next move up. So this is, right now, there's no real confirmation that it's going to start to move up, but this level here, if we do get that, then it's going to give us some sort of good strong move in the markets overall. Oh, sorry, it's giving us a good probability now. The move is now starting. That's the reason why we wait for a good breakaway bar like that there on the markets through there. Let's go have a look at the good old Russell 2000, and the Russell 2000 stocks is really interesting as well too, because we're looking at this level through here. And one thing that we're actually focusing here on the Russell 2000 is we've been sort of, it's the weakest one out of the whole lot of them. We're getting this sort of downward channel support level through here. We do have a good level of support level through here. So you can see it's the weakest one out of all the indices right now. So the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, they're all doing their thing. Again, it's interesting to see the QQQ could be getting a nice little move to the upside. But one thing I'm focusing on now, looking at the Russell 2000, is that one thing I'm looking for is that if we do end up getting something like this, right, something like that out of the Russell, let's make that good old thick. Let's make that level through there, that level through there, right? So if we do get something like that, then you would see that that's actually probably going to give us a bit of a probability of then now having a big move on the downside out of the Russell. Now we're looking at the daily charts here. So that's going to be something. It's really interesting to see that the Russell is potentially maybe the Russell is a bit of a leader there. Is that maybe the Russell is going to actually lead us on the downside from there. So Susan, you said QQQ using this system would limit upside. I would not be a buyer chaser of price. The interesting thing is, Susan, is what you've just said there. I'm pretty sure you're talking about what I was saying on the QQQ, or basically the Nasdaq there on the 15-minute chart, and waiting for the breakaway bar first. The interesting thing is, Susan, is that if you actually go to my trading course, you'll be able to see the trading system I use. We're not actually chasing the price. If we get something like this here, right? And I'm not telling you to do this, Susan, as well too, but if we do get when you get a breakaway bar like that there, it's given us a high probability that the next move is now starting to go to the upside. If we try to get in now, then there's no probability of nothing. You're guessing, you're gambling. There is no probability of a move. But when we get a good, strong breakaway bar like that, you're actually not chasing the price. You're actually letting the market say to you, right now it looks like we're going to be starting that next leg up. Since we've been doing nothing for a long time, this big strong breakaway bar gives us a high probability that the momentum is now kicking in and we're now likely to start the next leg up. So for my trading is that, again, it's not chasing the price. What this is doing is you're letting the market give you, okay, market's now saying we're now likely to be we're now likely to be starting that next leg up. And that's what we want to do. We want to get a bit of confirmation that the probability of this leg is now going to be starting. That's all. And again, what I want you to do, Susan, in that free trading course, you'll be able to see my trading system and where I use the breakaway bar, and you'll be able to see why when we do get those sort of setups, that the probability of now the move starting is much more high probability. And again, you'll see that in that course there. So that's what that's all about. So let's go and have a look at the good old, and you said limit to the upside. Well, what I'm talking about there as well too, Susan, is I'm talking about people that intraday trade, right? So you're getting in, you're getting out, you're trying to capitalize on some more shorter term moves. So you're not really limiting your upside. It's just a trading opportunity, right? Because if you had that move there to that move there, if that's a 1 to 2 day move, possibly even a 1 day move, then that's actually quite a good trade for the day. That's what it's about. You're not limiting your upside. It's just being a good trader. That's all. That's what trading is all about. Getting in on good setups, managing those profits as well too, stuff like that. Let's go to here. Question: are you seeing a crash or a strong pullback on gold and silver? Other channels seem to be saying this. Okay, which one is it? Is it crash or is it a strong pullback? Which one? What are the other channels saying? So if I actually go look at gold, so gold right now to me, KHEM, 2070, love the name. If to me gold is likely to get some sort of a pullback or sideways movement. Right, so if I squeeze my charts a bit more, so pullback or some sort of sideways movement, maybe for a week or two, or maybe a bit of a pullback, and then I believe there's no probability of this until we get the breakaway bar, but I believe we're now likely to start to, if we do get the sideways movement, and then we start to get the break above 2100, then that's when we'll start to probably likely to get the big move up from there. So, for me personally, you can see what's actually happening with the overall trend of this. Strong move up, then a pullback, another move up. We're almost at that level of resistance. Now, if we do get a bit of a pullback, sideways movement, and then when we do break above that 2100, then I believe once that's done, I believe there's going to be quite a good strong move up to right about that 3000 level. So that's what I do see from the good old gold chart itself. Same for silver as well too. Right, same for silver as well too. But silver's actually had a much more violent move to the upside. So I would expect to see a much more of a deeper pullback out of this level through here. Right, so much more deeper, strong pullback out of this level, getting a really good strong pullback through here. Then let's hold it, and then we start to see a good move up. But the silver market is probably going to get much more of a stronger pullback, just due to the nature of it being probably a lot more volatile than the gold market is. If I have a look at the gold mining stocks, same sort of thing for the gold mining stocks as well too. We're squeezing up into this triangle pattern. We had a very big strong move to the upside, hit this level of resistance, and now we're having a bit of a pullback. But then when we're squeezing up, when we get into, we get let's actually get maybe a week worth of pullback first. And then if we do get a good breakaway, we should start to see some really, really, really good moves coming out of the mining sector here. Looking at the GDX though. The GDX is not there yet. Let me just take all that off the screen from there to there, that there. So this is what's happening right now on the GDX. We're still squeezing up. We really need to get back above, say, we need to start to see like maybe a 40 print for this to be starting to be in, for this start to be a big sort of a good move up from there. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing from a silver perspective and gold perspective from that there. If I have a look at the silver mining sector as well too, silver mining sector, the SIL is not really giving me too much, but the SILJ is, you can see what's actually happening here as well too, right? We're squeezing up into this pattern here. If we do end up holding here and we start to get back above the $13 or the $14 level, then we could really, really, really start to see some really, really good moves to the upside, really strong moves to the upside. Hey John, can you look at NVDA? Sure. NVDA. NVIDIA. Big move. Big move in NVIDIA. What's going on there? Oh, it's time to go long. It's time to go long. The dangerous thing about NVIDIA is that we've actually had a lot of move to the upside. And that's actually very dangerous. A lot of people probably like yourself, Rasky, Rasky ski. I like that. Rasky ski. So a lot of people will probably be looking at this now. And so we can see here that we've actually had a really big strong move to the upside from here. The danger thing is if you're trying to buy it, this is very dangerous because we've already had a very big move up. We do have this level of resistance through here. And so therefore, to me personally, I would say that it needs, we've already done a very big move up. And as you can see, if you just look through history, that every time we go through a big move up, we inevitably get to a point where we get a pullback. Big move up, pullback, big move up, and even a bigger pullback, and so on and so forth. So this has been quite a nice strong move to the upside for quite some time. So I would say looking at this level through here, let's actually go up to, yeah, I would say that what's probably likely to happen to NVDA, and again, this is just probability basis, but if it does continue up from here, we do have that little bit of resistance about this, so we may get a little bit more upside from here. We may get something like this happening, like just one last little push to the upside. That's probably going to be a sucker rally / false breakout. Now the sucker rally / false breakout, the reason why I say that is that this is where the false breakouts happen, right? We get a big move for a while, then it goes sideways just for a little bit, and then it breaks above there, and then you end up getting something like that happening, and then the market then sort of starts to have a bit of a free fall from there. So the best trades are always after some form of a pullback. So that's where we wait for a pullback first, and then we can actually start to see the move up from there. So again, it's probably going to suck you in. I'm pretty sure this is actually what actually happened on gold as well too. Yeah, this is something I was talking to with my clients as well too. You can see up, sideways. We had this little up bar through here, and then it just did nothing from there as well too. And even silver did the exact same thing. Yep, same sort of thing, right? We went up, little sideways. We had a last push to the upside, and now we're starting to see that pullback from there on the good old silver market. So always wait for the good pullbacks there, right? Always wait for a good pullback first. Again, guys, you want to have some sort of rules. Again, in that johnsfreegift.com, in that trading course, the very first video you get is going to be my trading system, right? So make sure you're trading with a trading system, guys. Use rules, okay? Don't be using your head. Don't be thinking you're smarter than the markets and stuff like that. Throw your ego out the window. Use rules. Disconnected from reality, bearish wedge. Hello, all greetings. Will you do TA on Tesla? Sure. Let's go have a look at Tesla. TSLA. So just remember, traders, okay, when you are trading the markets, you're looking to get in and get out, short-term basis, even up to for a few weeks. Then you want to be using rules-based, okay? Rules-based, not thinking-based. It's not like thinking-based is like, well, I think Tesla's going to go up, so let's actually go long. Wrong, right? That's not how it's done. To get some sort of probability behind you, right? We're going to have rule-based, pattern-based. What are we looking for? So let's go have a look at Tesla here. Tesla on the weekly charts is starting to really get a bit of a sort of a strong... a move up from here, and then a sideways movement from here right now, what we're looking at. We definitely do have this sort of downward leg coming, that's happening through there, as you can see. That's happening right now, and we're also getting a movement back to the upside. So looking at Tesla, now this weekly chart, we still are in a very big downward trend. This is a big thing here, guys. We still are in a very nice downward trend. Look at this here, down. Then we came down, low, lower high, down, back up, lower high. If I take everything off the screen here, so lower high, and now another lower high. Right? And so when we're looking at the markets, this is what Tesla does actually. You can see Tesla actually has very big, strong pullbacks and then continues the downer trend. The downer trend. There you go. The downer trend. The downer trend. That's what we do. We focus on the downer trend, right? Move down and then we get another strong rally. Again, this is a weekly chart here, guys, right? So another strong rally and then the downer trend and then another strong rally. Are we about to see another downer trend? So for me personally, looking at this, if I go back to the daily charts now and I'm squeezing this up, that's the level of resistance through there. But for me personally, I'd actually be looking to short Tesla if we started to break that level through there. So if we started to get something like, potentially something like this happening, then to me, Tesla, now I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, guys. Like we no one knows, but right now the overall trend is down, right? The overall weekly trend is down. So we want to be going with that. So looking at that through there, then you can see how that we are really still making these lower highs, right? High, we've now made another lower high here. This is actually another slight lower high in the markets. So slight lower high and then a slight lower high. This trend analysis stuff here, guys, this is one of the most important things you will see in that free trading course, guys. Video number 2, I actually show you this technique. I show you this technique, but I even go back to the 1950s and to show the reason why it's so powerful and so important to your trading. Again, video number 2 in that free trading course, johnsfreegift.com for that course there. And so you can see here, guys, that a bit of a breakdown. Then we're what? Then we're just continuing this overall downward trend, and then we're probably likely to have another move down from here. So never fight that weekly trend, never fight that higher time frame trend. And so therefore, once again, I'll be looking, if we did get something like that, I'd actually be happy to short Tesla, because then there's a good probability we're going to continue down towards that through there. Short it or buy some options or all that sort of down home country goodness. Powerful, powerful stuff, guys. The weekly chart. Remember, the weekly chart is king. All right, weekly chart is king. And remember, this is what Tesla does. We end up getting strong rallies and people think the bottom's in, and then we get a knock back down, and strong rallies and a knock back down. Focusing on that weekly chart there. So there you go. That's the analysis on the good old Tesla. Greetings from Houston, Texas. L, greetings. Inverted head and shoulder on the DXY. On the 4-hour chart. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's have a look at that then. No problem at all. Not a problem at all. 4-hour chart. Not yet. Okay, it's not there yet. All right, so I'll bring up this level. I'll bring up this. This is the DXY he's looking at right now. So we don't have a head and shoulder yet out of this one. All right, so the 4-hour chart is still going down. And this is why we need to wait for confirmation, right? So it could be a head and shoulder formation. But remember, guys, it's not the head and shoulder formation that's most important. It's what? It's the trend analysis. The good old trendy, right? High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You're trying to go long here in a downward trend. Very risky. You might be right here, but you're probably the same guy that bought it long here, bought it long here, bought it long here, bought it long here. You know, eventually you'll be right. And the market just keeps going down. Look at the daily chart as well too. The daily is actually, again, very strong downward trend. So yeah, we're not there yet. We definitely do have some sort of strong level of resistance happening through there as well. So even if we did start to pick back up through here, okay, cool. Yeah, so even if we did start to pick back up through here, that'd be very, very, very risky to try to take, thinking this is a head and shoulder formation, because more of a downward trend through here. So yeah, definitely. Let's go through to here for our charts. Hey, old John, can you have a look at Apple? Sure. I was actually looking at Apple today with my clients. So your question was, can you ever take a look at Apple? About 35% up from December lows, but on the verge of a break to the upside. Okay. On a verge of break to the upside from yearly, waiting for retest of breakout. Okay. Let's go have a look at Apple here. Okay. So let's actually removing off the screen here. Let's go back to the weekly charts. So the thing with Apple is what's happening right now with Apple is that we are right now at a strong level of resistance, or pretty much almost there now. Right, strong level of resistance. So that's what we're seeing through there. So right now, looking at this market here, I would not be too surprised. Like you're saying, on the verge of a break to the upside. So yeah, so you're already up about 35%, and you're saying more move to the upside now? Possibly, obviously possibly. But we've already had quite a bit of a move to the upside. Tesla's Apple's actually in pretty much no man's land right now. We do actually have a bit of a strong upward trend coming through there. Yeah, but it's very, very weak. So even if we did start to get a move to the upside, we have a whole bunch of areas of resistance up around that 185. Then we've got another one just below that around that 180 level. Then we've got another one just below that around 175. So there's a whole bunch of areas of resistance. So even if we did have another move to the upside, all these areas of resistance are going to start to knock this down here. Yeah, so that's what I do see from that perspective there, on that through there. Remember, guys, that the best time to trade a market is on the pullback. What's the trend, and then we trade on the pullback there, right? We always want to trade on a pullback first. Well, actually, that's actually half true. The truth is, when we're trading, your rule number one, guys, is what are you actually looking for in a good setup? That's your rule number one there, right? All the professional traders who actually make money from the markets, guess what they have? They have their patterns that they look for, and then they trade the patterns. They don't trade based off thinking or hoping or, oh, now looks like a good time to get in because I think it's going to go up. You're not smarter than the markets, guys. I'm not smarter than the markets. No one definitely knows what's going to happen. That's why you need to have a plan of attack. Can you do analysis on Bitcoin? Sure. Let's go to good old Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually had quite a nice move, hasn't it? It's like quite a nice move with it off those lows from there. Let's go to the weekly chart here. Very, very, very hard to say actually, because oh, it had a beautiful 5-minute trade recently, didn't it? 5 or 15-minute trade. Very nice. Love the Bitcoin. Yeah, the Bitcoin. So it's really, I'm just looking at another screen here, guys. So it's actually high, lower high, and then we could be getting another lower high here soon. There is a lot of strong areas of resistance where we are right now, just above there, and then also just above it as well too. So we're probably going to run into a bit of issues from there, but there's really not much to go off here. Again, a lot of people starting to get excited about Bitcoin because they think it's going to be the next big move up. The only issue that I see with Bitcoin though is that maybe this is just going to be one of those rallies, right? Because we have a strong move down, rally, strong move down, rally, right? We have all these rallies, strong move down, rally, strong move down, rally. So that's probably the issue with the good old Bitcoin. The good old Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on the gold mining stocks, guys. I'm very bullish on not all gold mining stocks, but stuff like gold itself. I'm actually in gold myself. That there's this sort of purple line here. That's actually where my break-even level is for this. This is a long-term buy and hold. So I'm not telling you to buy it right now, guys, because it can actually have a pullback right now. This is more like the next 5 or 10 years. Sort of position in the markets there. So that's what I'm looking for from there on gold. If we go to look at NEM, right, Newmont as well too. Newmont's actually starting to really pick up as well, which is quite nice. We're getting a bit of a strong pullback out of Newmont as well, out of this one. But I wouldn't be too surprised to see this thing start to pick back up as well too. I'm not in Newmont myself, guys. I am in gold, the GDXJ, silver, I mean, stuff like that. But remember, guys, the big thing for me, guys, is that when I'm trading the markets, I do investing positions like I'm doing right now. But when I'm actually trading the markets, right, when I'm actually looking for an opportunity to get in, I'm looking to get in to make some money now, a bit of a cash flow, right? Whether it's going to be a few day trade or a few bar trade, or it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks type of trade, right? I'm always focusing on getting in on system basis, right? System based, system rules, stuff like that. And that's basically what I'm always doing there. I'm always trying to make sure that I'm analyzing that. Because guys, if you want to be confident that you can make money for the rest of your life, then you've got to have some sort of confidence in a plan, right? Trading is not about guessing. I speak to so many people that are just guessing these markets. Stop guessing. You're not smarter than the markets. If you want to be like traders who actually make good money out of the markets, and there are many of them, myself included, then guess what? You must follow what they do. What do they do? They first have their foundation, which is what are they actually looking for in a setup? See, most people just go to the market saying, well, this actually looks like a good idea. I'm going to get in. Professionals, they say, oh, I have this pattern. Now let's go find them. Let's go find this pattern in the market. XLM. Let's go have a look at XLM. XLM? What market is that, Nick? XLM. Oh, geez. Is that right? TA on XLM. Is that right? It's $13 right now? I think so. XLM crypto. Okay. XLM crypto. Crypto. Okay. XLM. All right, let's go have a look at, is it XLM USDT? Is that the one? Is it 10 cents right now? Is that the one you're focusing on? VIX dead? What? So I'm pretty sure this is the one you're talking about here. 10 cents. Oh, people are so big on crypto still. People love the crypto market. VIX is not dead. Crypto is dead. Let's go look at that weekly chart. We're not really in a good, strong upward trend yet. Looking at that daily chart. Let's go have a look at through here. Okay, so let's have a look at this through here. So from an analysis point of view, that level through there was indeed one sort of actually bit of a false breakout pattern. You can see it broke down, then went sideways and broke back up. Now we actually had this level of resistance up through here somewhere. So on a short-term basis, there could be an opportunity for this market to maybe go sideways for a bit and then maybe start to see like sideways and then maybe start to get this moving average coming up like that, right? And then if we do get that and then we get like a nice little breakaway bar like that, there's a good chance we can actually get like a bit of a short-term move up to around 13 cents. But that's all I'm seeing right now from a trading purposes. Investing, it's a gamble. You are gambling if you want to buy and hold and think this thing's going to back up to, oh my goodness, if I buy it now at 10 cents, if it only gets to 20 cents, I'm going to make 100% return. That's what we do, right? It's like, oh my goodness, right? I can make all the money, okay? So what we want to do is that we just, if it's for investing purposes, you're guessing, you're gambling because it's one of those lows. Like you might be lucky, right? Remember, I am not lucky when I make money out of the markets. I'm not lucky. Why? Because I have a pattern and a system that I follow. So anyway, so look at this one here from a trading purposes. We get a bit more sideways movement, a bit of a strong up bar. There's actually a good possibility this thing's going to run up to around that 13 cent level. Around there, around that 13 cent level there, I would say. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing from that point of view, from that level there. Let's have a look here. Is QCOM a head and shoulder on the daily? Let's go have a look at QCOM, eh? QCOM on the daily. Trading is amazing, guys. I love trading. Trading is amazing. Trading is amazing. You know why trading is amazing, guys? Because right now there's actually, me and my clients, there's actually about probably 4 or 5 different stocks that are setting up right now for a good trade for us, maybe over the next couple of weeks. That could be potentially home runs for us. Like with home runs, where we're talking like a few 100% on the minimum side, potentially 500 to 1,000% using options on the high side. Big. These are type of patterns that when they do come around, they potentially give us a good 3 to 4 to 5 week move, and they generally have big moves, and so therefore the options have the options, or even just getting into these positions is good. So that's why trading is amazing, guys, because if you know what to look for, you can really capitalize just one good trade, right? One good trade. And yes, these trades have the potential of doing 1,000% return. So a $10,000 trade one of those trades could actually potentially end up doing over $10,000, $100,000 profit in one trade. But again, that's why trading is amazing. Right? But what am I looking for? Like, right? So it's the whole thing. Again, in that trading course, I teach you what I'm looking for. But what is that all about? Right? What is that all about? And those are like, I just look for the same thing every day. Every day every time I go to the markets, I'm looking for the same thing. Oh, here we go. Here's the setup. So QCOM, is it a head and shoulder on the daily? Shoulder, head, potential shoulder. Yep, we've got like a bit of a thingy happen through there. Definitely got a whole bunch of area of resistance. That didn't even delete. I just select delete all trend lines. The trend line that I didn't want to go went, and the thing that I wanted to go stayed. It's like, okay then. There's that level of resistance there. Yeah, so definitely looking at that. Whoa, look at that. Man, that's actually looking quite weak now, isn't it? Support. Now we're actually rolling over, hitting this level of resistance. We could be getting ready for quite a big move on this one. Oh, wow. QCOM looks like it could be quite a big move. Just give me 20 seconds, guys. Give me 20 seconds. Alrighty, let's have a look at PLTR. Sure, let's go have a look at PLTR. PLTR. Ooh, okay. Weekly charts. Ooh. There's good support at 0. There's good support at 0. It's probably got a head down there too. Way this thing's looking. Anyway, so lot of resistance around that $10 level there. Possibly just above that there. A lot of support around that $6 level. Around about that level through there. Go to the daily charts. Yes, this is in no man's land. This is in no man's land. Right now. So not really too sure about what's actually going on through here, guys. Not really sure what's happening from there, from that perspective. But yeah, it's really interesting to, yeah, there's no probability of this thing breaking up or breaking down. We just really have to wait for the market to tell us what's going to happen there. Well, guys, I'm going to finish up from there. Remember, guys, that trading, your success in the markets is not about you being right or you trying to guess, right? Well, I'm going to go long the Nasdaq today. Can I give my opinion on GLDCV? Sure. GLDCV. Why do people like the penny stocks for? You guys like to buy all the cheap penny stocks, don't you? No, absolutely nothing here. It's dead in the water. No, there's actually, I can't see, there's no real good, solid, like setup or anything like that. There's a strong level of resistance around the 80 level there. It could possibly have a good, get ready for a breakout there. Yeah. Look at people chasing the video, eh? So, Naomi, I actually already did NVIDIA as well too today. So after this is finished, you can go back in the recording and see what I said about NVIDIA. So yeah, so nothing really going on there. KJC. Let's have a look at that one there. Yeah, this is actually looking quite strong. We're starting to get a really good. We were in a very big downtrend really, a very big sort of strong downtrend, as you can see from there to there. Right, but now we're starting to slowly start to build back up again, breaking above resistance there. So we're starting to right now. This is right. Look at this here. This is the very first time we made a higher low. Every time it's been lower highs and lower lows all the way down. This is the very first time we made a higher low from there. Lulu. All right. I see you. Comics gone wild. All right, I'll do Lulu. He's like, listen to me, damn it. I'm trying to get your attention. I get it. Lulu. Let's go have a look at Lulu. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny as hell. Comic has gone wild. That's actually that definitely suits your name. You know that you going wild. You definitely just go wild. Look at Lulu. Lulu. All right, Lulu. What's happening with Lulu? Alrighty, a lot of areas of resistance around that 400 level. Go short and long at the same time. You'll make money. You just lose as much as the same on the outside. He's going for it. Anyway, so Lulu, nothing going on here, guys. There's no real good look. See, it's very volatile. No good strong trend. No bit of a gap up. Lulu is dead. So there's no real good probability here. Again, not even a good strong trend, no good high lows, lower highs, all that sort of stuff happening in the markets, right? So that's what's happening right now in LULU. Let's go back to the other ones. NEM, I've already talked about NEM in the past. Do you think JPY can climb any higher? Let's have a look at that. Great British Pound, GBP, JPY. Let's have a look at that one. Do I think it can climb any higher? Well, of course, it's actually in a strong upward market, isn't it? So great British Pound, Japanese yen, yep. So looking at this weekly chart. I literally going down. Right, so there's a weekly chart here. Yeah, of course it can go higher. We're actually in a very strong upward trend. We're starting to slowly break back up again. So yeah, this is actually looking quite strong. We definitely have a good strong sort of level up through there now. We had that level of support, which is now becoming strong level, that areas of resistance, which is now becoming strong level of support. This is actually still looking quite strong. AG stock. I haven't actually looked at this one in a while, actually. First Majestic. Yeah. Don't worry. What's that? Is it Keith? What's his name? Keith someone? I've already looked at Tesla, Tim. So just make sure you go watch the recording. I already went over Tesla. What's his name? Keith, who owns First Majestic. Anyway, he's always out there saying how it's a good buy. Which I do believe, by the way. I believe a lot of the mining stocks, guys, from now through to the end of the decade are going to be a lot of them, not all of them, are going to be pretty good buys. I don't know how to individually pick good companies like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a fundamental balance sheet type of person. So that's actually for me, for what I do from there. But looking at First Majestic, you can see how that, we're still down there pretty much low. So yeah, this has been pretty much a bit of a dead in the water sort of market here. We've got pretty much a good support level. What I do say is this, is that if you're looking for a good buy, or actually, I'm not saying this because Numa. Oh, that's it. That's what I was talking. Yeah. One thing that can happen with this one here is this, is that we end up getting a big flush down like that for some reason, or we might go down for a while, then a big flush down. If it does do that, but then we suddenly start to do something like this, and then we start to get back above it like that, that would tell me that this is probably likely to be a bottom for quite some time. That's who he is. Yes. Numa, yeah. That's his name. So anyway, so that would actually tell me that this is probably going to be the final low, or at least a bit of a bottom in the markets. I actually, if you have a look at Meta, Facebook, right? This is the exact same Facebook. This is the exact same thing Facebook did, right? So look at this weekly chart. Look what happened, right? We came down to that level of support. Look what happened. Came down, 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 down. We had this big flush down, and then we got back above it, and this has been in a big bull trend ever since. So you can see what happened here. We got straight back down. Go back to that weekly chart. And so because of that big flush down from there, guess what? Then we had the reversal, and then we had this very big, nice big move back to the upside. So you tend to get that at the end of the markets there. And this is where a lot of people start to freak out, because it's been going down, 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 and a big flush out. People are like, oh, Facebook's crap. Facebook's crap. If you understand the markets, guys, you understand that a lot of the times, if it does break the level of support like that, but then starts to get right back up above it, this is probably going to be a final low for quite some time. And look what actually happened with Facebook. It's actually been a very big move to the upside. So if I go back to AG using that same scenario, is that, again, you'll watch over the next few weeks. And if it does do something like that, then that could actually be what's called a final low or a false breakout move. And then away we go. And then away we go. All right, one more, guys. One more, and then I'm done. Bank of America. Bank of America actually is looking really, really, really weak. I know they had their earnings. Was it Bank of America who had their earnings come out today? Yes, it was. It was Bank of America who had their earnings. Is that right now? Yes. Oh, anyway. So looking at this one here, we're in a very big, strong downward trend. We dropped down through here. What's probably likely to happen with Bank of America is we're probably going to find we definitely got a lot of sort of resistance coming down. That's that trend line coming through there. We definitely have a lot of resistance and support happening through there. So what's probably likely to happen is we're probably likely to hold here, and then we're probably likely to start to head back down from here, coming back down through there. So this is probably going to be a resistance level. And then I see Bank of America holding. And then Bank of America actually looks like it could be a really good shorting opportunity for me. And then we actually could get a bit of a cascading effect happening from there. So anyway, guys, that is it for me today. There's your live update, guys. Remember, guys, trade based off a pattern, a plan. When you go to the market, you say, I'm looking for my pattern. Do not go to the market and say, I'm just going to trade anything that looks good, because you are surely going to go backwards. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in